Hey fight fans, are you ready to elevate the fight night experience? Because with my partners at DraftKings, you can elevate your excitement to the next level by getting a little skin in the game. Right now, get a no sweat bet up to $1,500 with a $5 deposit from new customers. That's right, you will get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet if your first pick doesn't hit. Download the DraftKings app right now. When you sign up, use my promo code Sonnen. At DraftKings, the crown is yours. That's right. New customers that deposit just $5 get a no sweat bet up to $1,500. If that first bet doesn't hit, no sweat. You will get the original amount back in a bonus bet. Stay in on the action and check out DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers, use my promo code SONNEN and deposit just $5 to get a no sweat bet up to $1,500. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. TMZ has posted a photo of Iron Mike Tyson in a wheelchair being wheeled away from this airplane incident. And I gotta tell you, I'm watching this one close, and I have a feeling it's going to get fumbled. And if you called in the experts within PR, like if I had that inside knowledge, then I would just assure for you it's going to be fumbled. Because their top instinct is going to be to cover this and make it go away, to downplay the situation, as though through social media, which runs everything in terms of marketing, particularly in combat sports, as though in 160 characters or less, with or without an image, you could somehow explain a dude in a wheelchair who's going to be in a 17 by 17 foot ring in 5 weeks. And it's one of these spots where I don't know who's going to screw it up. Is he end up pot committed at one point? Like if you're Netflix, the way the contracts work, you can't just pull a guy. Nowhere in America can you just pull a guy. Particularly if you think he's dealing with a medical ailment. I mean, it's the opposite of what you might think. You want to pull a guy because you think that he's sick, or you deem that he's sick? I mean, you just might want to spend 30 seconds and go look up something called Americans with Disabilities Act. You might want to do that. You might want to refresh yourself on HIPAA laws. Like, there's some stuff that you might want to do. Now, I'm only speaking because there's 3 different perspectives. So you got a big company like Netflix, right? They've signed the contract. They've got plenty of money. I understand that. It's not like a typical promoter, but you do have signing bonuses, and you do have guarantees. And you got downsides. Like, there's not just a way out. Not to mention, it's not your role. So let's eliminate them. Let's give Netflix a pass. And so now let's bring it down a notch. You got Mike Tyson's side, right? And here's where I feel that the PR is really going to get fumbled. They're going to try to downplay it. They're going to try to act like nothing happened. And the more they do that, the more they're going to piss people off. There isn't 2 reasons that this picture is on TMZ Sports. There's one reason. And the one reason is because Team Tyson already tried to downplay this. When Team Tyson tried to downplay, now's where the media go, you didn't have to do that, dum-dum. You did not have to do that. You want to try to play smarter than us? We're going to show you right now one photo that we've got. We have 7 different angles, one worse than the other, and we got 3 videos of it. We're not going to air any of them because none of them are news unless you keep downplaying it. Now, there are people that end up in this spot routinely. It doesn't matter if it's an accident on a movie set. It doesn't matter if it's a politician in the midst of a campaign. People end up not feeling good and getting other attention all the time. So there's a way to tell the story which is the truth, which is not to downplay this. It would be to tell the truth. It would be to use the media. TMZ Sports wasn't going to put Iron Mike and talk about this fight today. They weren't going to do it. They did it because of this. So now all of a sudden you got an opportunity. All of a sudden you're getting headlines. All of a sudden, if you handle things right, you can show what a fighter truly is, which is a word that's been corrupted over my lifetime. Like right now, when I hear people talk about a fighter, I'll tell you what a fighter is. It's somebody that can throw the punches and the kicks. And that's called aggression. That's not fighting. A fighter is somebody that gets up when it's hard. They stand up when they would rather stay down. They push forward. They go through with an agreement that not only could cause them bodily harm, it will severely damage their reputation, and nobody's going to look back at a loss and go, well, you know, he shouldn't have been there. Boy, that sure was tough of him that he got up. I mean, did you see the picture in the wheelchair that was on TMZ Sports 5 weeks ago? Like, not only in a million years would that not work. It's not my guess. We're seeing it right now. Devin Haney and his father are trying to do it right now with Ryan Garcia to cover up from a loss. Nobody cares. It will never be told that way. You beat him or you did not. And I'm sharing for you, there is an opportunity to use this media like you would any other media. There's an opportunity where you could open up TMZ Sports and you could see Mike Tyson in a wheelchair with a mention of his fight with Jake Paul and go, oh, shoot. We need a backup fighter and we need it now. You could, or you could look at it the other way, which is Mike Tyson in a mention of his fight with Jake Paul on Netflix would not have been on TMZ Sport today without that. And it very much is a perspective of how you are going to handle it. I mean, it would be a very, very strange and insincere gesture if you're in the position of Jake Paul to wish Mike well. And Jake hasn't done this, but it would be a very strange gesture. Like on one hand, you would feel that you need to say something. And on the other hand, you're wishing him well to get into the ring with the number one requirement, not encouragement. It is a requirement, which will be regulated by the government, the only sport in all of America. And that requirement is that you do damage. Are you aware of that? Do you guys understand that? Like this came out when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor. And Floyd fought his ass off and it took him 30 minutes to beat a guy that had never done it before. That's what happened. But there are people that were so troubled by that they tried to say that Floyd carried him. And your problem with that is it's a crime. Not only is it not what happened and it represents your misunderstanding of the sport and your denial of reality that was literally put on television, it's a crime. You cannot hold back. You cannot go to the second round if you could get him out in the first. You cannot go to the fourth round if you could get him rid of in the second. That's illegal. It's game on. You must bring your best. And I'm just sharing with you, how insincere would that be of Jake? And how much of an opportunity would it be for Mike? I mean, the whole thing is an uphill battle. The whole thing is putting your reputation on the line. Mike's got the experience. He's got the size. The only thing that Paul's got, the only thing is youth. He got more pounds than him. He got any other advantage. They don't have common opponents. He doesn't got more medals. He didn't have a better amateur career. There is nothing he has. So this is a massive, courageous moment by Mike. And now you're just going to add one more level of courage that you, the average man, would not do. Because when you say that Tyson shouldn't be able to fight in a month, you're not really talking about Mike. Because you're not really like Mike. You wouldn't have any ability to relate. You would just know if you were in that spot, you would take the way out. You know that if you were called outside, you would really like to not go, but you have a level of ego and you're going to have to, unless you can find a reason why not. And it's got to be one that people are going to accept. And people are going to accept if you have a medical emergency and you're taken off an airplane. Boom, there's your way out. So when you say that Mike shouldn't be able to fight, you're not actually talking about Mike. And I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm not teasing you or giving you a hard time. I'm just trying to make you aware of the situation. And it's not a matter of these three guys getting on a conference call and huddling up. Netflix has its own agenda. Mike Tyson has his own agenda, and Jake Paul has his own agenda. So you need to find something that serves all of them. And the one thing that serves all of them and ends this today is the truth, which is a very scary situation for Mike, who is a fighter. And like all other times, he's going to stand up when it'd be easier to sit down. And the truth, which is done by Jake, which is if you couldn't handle the turbulence on the airplane, wait until I put my right hand on your face. No apologies. No cover-ups. The reason that picture was on the cover of TMZ Sport today is because they tried to cover it up yesterday. There's 5 more photos and there's 3 more videos right behind it. This is my heads up to you. TMZ will not post them because they will not be a story if you stop covering it up.